We're gonna do a MOP 2v2 review, guys. We're gonna open a sticky and we're gonna do some review here. So the first thing as a comp, as Red Hunter, is specs, okay? What spec you want to play? Playable spec are gonna be all can be played. Let's talk about specs benefits. The first one we're gonna do is, let's say, survival, okay? When playing Red MM, guys, okay? The most important benefit of Survival Hunter will be Fuse, meaning Snake Trap, Flow Trap, and etc. This is the biggest benefit that you're gonna have when you're playing survival. Marksmanship and Beast Mastery, your Snake Trap is basically useless, so you can't really use it to pew when you play with Snake Trap. So that is why survival is gonna be extremely strong into matchups that you need to slow down the game and pew a lot. All right, that's the most important thing when you're playing a survival hunter. The fact that you are going to do great against warrior teams, which, let's be honest, in MOP, a lot of the times you're facing warriors a lot. You're gonna face them often enough to actually get the value of playing this spec, right? I think this is basically the only plus for survival compared to other specs. Negatives for survival will be no silence shot. So you basically only have a kick, but you don't have a silence blanket, no blanket. Lack of quick burst for quick wins. The reason why survival is not great, in my opinion, when you play with threat is because you rely on burst a lot. And as survival, you can't burst a lot because you need many globals. And the globals are Black Arrow, picks 3 stacks of Explosive, Serpent, Vital Venom, Glatos, Arcane Shot. Keep in mind how many spells we're talking about here as just damage rotation. Black Arrow is 1. 3 stacks of Explosive, which means that this is 4 globals already. Serpent 5 globals, Vital Venom 6 globals, Glatos 7 globals, Arcane Shot 8 globals, and this is only offensive globals. If you have to speak as, let's say, MM, for example, we're gonna get to that in a sec, but you'll see the difference, okay? This is more than 8 globals that you need to get to maintain your pressure, which means that a lot of the times you're not gonna have the time. A lot of times you're not gonna have enough time to press all of your globals. You might lose your stacks. You might actually get into a place where you just have so many other things to do, like, let's say, CC a target or kite or peel or anything but doing your damage globals. So that makes your job a lot harder into shorter matchups. The only times that you can really pull this off would be against slow comps, like I said, warrior, maybe DKs, but even into DKs you want to close the game quick. You don't want to prolong the game because it doesn't work. The only comp that you can really reset against, and it's not like you can, but you have to reset, is against warriors. So the negatives are no blanket silent shot, only kick, lack of burst for quick wins. The benefits are Fuse, Snake Trap, Slow Trap. Warrior team survival is best because defensive Fuse, games take longer to finish, therefore you can survive longer. So this is how I see it for Survival Hunter when you play with Red Survival. Now, let's add a new sticky here and we're gonna compare them, okay? This will be for Marksman. Okay, the first thing is burst. Quick burst, and your quick burst basically goes to Arcane Shot, Chimera, Glatos. This is basically your entire burst, guys. This is your entire burst. Compare this burst to this burst right here, okay? You have Black Arrow, 3 globals for Explosive when you get the proc, which means that just those 3 globals, okay, are basically the entire damage rotation with Marksmanship Hunter. So basically, you have all of those. Okay, let's say Serpent and Vital we're gonna also add. Serpent, Widow Venom, Arcane Shot, Chimera. This is your rotation as well, by the way. This is all your globals, which means that the rest of the time, guys, you're free to CC, or you can start off with this and then go for the CC, or you can just pew, or you can kite. So basically what this means is that over here you're gonna be needing a lot more time to get your damage rotation in compared to Marksman Hunter. This is very huge because this takes longer time. Now the next benefit is we have blanket silence. 3 seconds. A survival arcane shot wouldn't be first at all to get profit of the PvP damage. No, it will be the same order, bro. First global will be Serpent, Widow Venom, Trolls, Black Arrow, Arcane Shot, Explosive, Latos. So globals are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Compared to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 3 less globals here. 3 less globals, by the way. And generally in the fights, what you guys are gonna see in the fights will be that before the game has even started, before we have actually started bursting, you're gonna get your Serpent, Widow Venom, and Crows. And you guys haven't even started the fight yet. You already have those 3 globals in the air, and only then you have to do Arcane Shot, Chimera, Glatos. Here you have a wait time after the Black Arrow so that you can get your procs. Also, the other thing is, let me just add another negative, which is very, very important negative. Black Arrow is prior to be dispelled 100% of the time. You only can use effective Black Arrow when healer is CC'd or cover, which means you can't start damage rotation before you have CC on healer. This is another big minus, if you understand what I mean, because everybody knows that the moment Hunter applies Black Arrow, the first thing they want to do is they want to dispel that, because they know you get stacks from that, right? So if you're trying to get a Black Arrow while the healer is still free, you're just basically gonna get dispelled on that, and then that's it, you're cooked, right? It takes even longer time for you to build up momentum so that you can actually get your momentum off. Now, the second benefit is Blanket Silence Shot 3 seconds. Also big amount of focus, exactly, it takes longer, big amount of focus, it's big negative, right? Silent Shot Blanket can be used in many different ways. First way, to extend CC chain, to cover, kill target, and stop damage, evade grounding, big. That's a big call. But this is more for 3v3, not so much for 2v2, because you barely face elementals or enhancements, and if it's a Resto Shaman, you CC him anyway. You don't have that in survival. So those are 3 big benefits over here already. Now, what are the negatives in Marksman Hunt? In my opinion, the biggest negative in Marksman is going to be no snake trap. Less fuse, your damage output outside of CC on the healer will be almost insignificant. You're gonna do it because you don't have anything else to do, but it's not gonna matter much, if you know what I mean. And it's kind of the same with Hunter, with Survival Hunter as well. Outside of CC, your damage will not feel so much, but it's still gonna matter a little bit more because you're gonna have snake traps, and your magical damage will still do good amount of damage with your explosive and so on and so forth. This is what it comes down to, guys. Okay, we're gonna add into the mix BM Hunter. Okay, what are gonna be the benefits of the BM? First thing is gonna be quick burst. Same thing, Serpent, Arcane Shot, Kill Command, Blade, Toss. Least globals spec to burst. This is what we're gonna put it under. We're gonna undermine that. Now, number 2. This is the first thing, and I personally think that this makes BM really smooth for Ret Hunter, because you have the least globals to worry about. Your pet does Mortal Strike. You know, you have less Q globals. Also, the other thing is, as BM, you don't run Crows. Instead, you play Blink Strikes. Number 3, very important. Number 3, double trinket with Bestial Rat. Huge benefit. This is the benefits with BM Hunter. Being able to damage while in line of sight is also a huge benefit. So this is the BM Hunter benefits, okay? I just wanted to organize it a little bit more so it looks prettier, okay? This is very important. Now, we're gonna talk about negatives, okay? First step, less pills, same as MM. No snake traps. Weak burst against plate users. You're not gonna be doing the most damage when you're facing warriors and DKs. Your damage will feel terrible, insignificant. You're still gonna do a lot of damage, but it's not gonna feel great, honestly. What is the other negative? No blanket, only kick. Now that, to me, is a big deal breaker. Pets get CC'd a lot, requires you to play Ment Pet for dispels. This is a negative. Doesn't do too good into caster teams. Good damage, but lack of CC. Control, I would say. This is a benefit for Marksman. Can play Nether Ray for extra kick. unable to play different pet or extra kicks. This is a negative. This is a negative, sorry. I think it looks good, right? I don't think I have missed anything. The only thing that I'm not sure about is the DM if I have missed anything, but I don't think so. Okay, I think we're ready to move on. Since we're playing currently with Marksman, we're gonna talk about Marksman here for a sec. So we're gonna play this game now, guys. We're gonna go over it and we're gonna talk about this in a sec. This is the game where we played with Power Shot, by the way. But just for context, we had a viewer who asked me to play with Power Shot for one game, so that's what I did it. Your spec is always the same. Now, there's one thing that changes, guys. When you're playing Red Hunter in general, the only changes that you're really gonna make are gonna be in your second talent tree, which will be between binding, or actually it's gonna be the first two talents that you're gonna make a swap. Usually everything else will stay the same. There's gonna be a lot of the times into warriors and DKs you're going to be running with narrow escape so that you can use it defensively to peel. And into teams like monks, especially versus monks, 100% of the time you're gonna be running binding shot. And then against hunters, you can also run with binding shot instead of wyvern to allow your red paladin to connect to the hunter whenever you guys are going for the CC chain. So it's always going to be Spirit Bond, always going to be Fervor, always going to be Murder Cross, and always going to be Glaive Toss. Those talents, they can be changed according to what spec you play, or according to what comb you're facing. Glyphs, always. Animal Bond, Solace, Explosive Trap can be replaced for Black Ice into warrior teams. Okay, this is basically the way that your talents and your glyphs are gonna work. Now, we're gonna play this game through. So the game plan here will always be to CC the healer early and then start the kill on the monk. You're always going to try to kill the monk, and the reason for that, the Windwalker monk, will be because you can get rid of the karma by bubbling it on the pally or bopping it on you and even on your pet. This is the strat, guys. So this is how it's gonna look. Our pally is gonna push in, kills the mushroom. Very important, killing the mushrooms, because it will allow them later for them to heal. Okay, so our globals have already been Serpent and Wild Venom. I haven't used Scrolls yet. I'm just trying to get my power shot up here because we're playing this game for fun, regardless. Druid comes out, we insta trinket. Now we're pushing for that CC on the Druid with Binding Shot and Cross Hodge into Power Shot, Big Burst. Now we're gonna scatter into Trap here. Silence instead of scatter. Still, this is the other reason why MM is so powerful, is that you can extend the CC chain, which means right now the Druid trinkets. Karma is being used on me, being popped off. Blinds off on the Druid. Game is just over. We didn't even need to extend our CC chain longer. The guy just ended up dying, and that's it. Simple as that. You start off with your Serpents, Wild Venom, Crows, into Big Burst with Binding on the Monk, Insta Hodge on the Druid, follow up with your Trap of that, then you have Silence, you still have Scatter to extend it, you have Blind from the Paladin, and whenever Karma is being used, just pop that, bubble that, or, you know, whatever the target is, and then just finish the game. This is gonna be an easy matchup for you guys. Okay, let's look at this one. It's going to be versus Mistweaver War. Always Q War. Let me pause this game for a sec. Note hardest matchup for Red MM. Now, the way we do it is start CC on healer as early as possible before Xuan. Start CC on healer. Play narrow escape for Pius on Pally, force trinkets on first go and defensives, kite until second go. If no kill, wait until third go with wings. This is how it's gonna be, guys. There's no way around it, okay? With versus Mistweaver warriors, you're either going to win in the opener because you have forced everything from them, or they couldn't use everything, so you just got the kill super quickly. If they play properly, you're gonna have to kite with slow trap around the pillar. If no kill on the second go, you have to wait until third go with wings, and that is your last chance to win the game. So let's see how this game will play off. I'm pretty sure we lose this because Pika is not hodging the warrior like I asked him to. So that could be a big game changer here. Like here we have a sleep. He's already storm bolted. If he had hodged this guy, we would already be forcing trinket from the warrior with WoW. Now we're gonna get Okay, he hodges the warrior trinkets. We already get trinket from the warrior. Now I'm gonna knock this guy in Africa. Try to get the kill quickly. He uses rally. He uses die by the sword. There's not a single button that's left on this warrior. We're just trying to finish this game here, basically. But Pika will die before him. Okay, so in this goal, we got every defensive from the warrior, plus cocoon from the monk, but no trinket from the monk. So this is where the second goal will be to force monk's trinket, and then third goal will be the kill. If we did force trinket from the monk here, the kill would be on the second go. Now the problem is Pika already has to bubble. Now he needs to kite until I get my slow trap so that he can kite into that. So I'm gonna use slow trap here. Our goal now is to kite around. Unfortunately, he didn't walk into my slow trap here and we're kind of getting pumped. I scattered the warrior defensively. He's just not activating my slow trap, unfortunately, and we're not getting any value from that, and he's just dead here. This is gonna be the hardest matchup for us to win. Okay. Next will be versus priest mage. Always kill mage. Now the strat is very simple here. Play with netherray. Now you want to play with netherray here for additional extra kick, which is very helpful. You can stop CC, you can use silence for cover more. Basically it will open up the door a lot more. Usually what I like to do into these matchups is, if possible, start with these spells on mage for easier dispel on outer. This is very important. Either start with early CC on priest or wait until he goes for here and then CC. After forcing block on mage, use the downtime to kill Lightwell and then get back on the mage for the kill. Now this matchup, you should win this matchup. The way I see it, this should be an easy matchup. So let's see what happens here. Let's pay attention how the game starts. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna push in. Lightwell is already down. Ideally, I want to start with some dispels. Priest pushes in. So we overlap here Hodge and Sleep, unfortunately. He uses good outer time, which stops him from dispelling it. Now we're just forcing block here, silence. We're gonna go onto the pet most probably. He blinds. We're still not going to the pet because the position is kind of awkward for us. We kill the pet instead. Now we hop on back on this guy immediately. I stop him with my pet. We force Guardian. They still have trinkets though. This is a big factor. Mage is looking very close to dying here. We use Hodge once again on cooldown, following up the CC chain, trying to blast the mage here, scatter this guy, trinket silence the mage, just getting some pressure off, sleep DR, just doing the most we can. We get trinket swap, we get double trinket. Now we just need to live until next go and win the game. He has one more block, so that's actually not true. He's gonna survive until one more block at least. Now I'm gonna go into a kiting mode. I see my pally is getting CC'd. In the meantime, I'm just hitting the Lightwell here. My pally still has bubble, so there's no threat. I have sack, but my pally gets sheep feared, so I just kill the Lightwell in the meantime. Killing this Siphon as well. Now we're just waiting, chilling. I'm getting dipped here, but that's fine. My pet is super far away, so I can't really sack myself here. But that's okay. We're gonna Hodge now. I don't have disengage, so I'm probably gonna go for scatter off here. Scatter. My pally heals me. We go for trap here. We kill the pet once again. Mage is still in block. I still have silence. I have DR sleep. This mage is dead here. He's not gonna get a global. Sleep, pump, even need to scatter. Silence is dead. This is an easy matchup. Every mage team versus Red Hunter should be an extremely easy matchup for you guys to win. All right, let's see what else do we have. Let me see what else do you find. Ah, okay. This is the Hunter matchup here. Let me see what happens here. This time I'm playing with Wyvern, and also now I have my bow just in case that he's playing with this. He's playing with this disarm pet, which by the way he's playing again. You will see in a second. Is the same team. Yeah, there you go. He's playing with the bird again. Okay, so ideally, I want to start the CC super early here. My teammate gets scattered. So right now, he's about to get trapped. Instead of having him to trinket this trap, I'm just gonna kite because I'm in a good spot to kite next to the pillar here. That's why I immediately disengage back. So therefore, this hunter now is not really able to do any pressure during this time on me. I'm protecting myself with explosive trap, which knocks off the pet. I'm probably going to faint it here, deter at high HP because I see my teammate is getting cloned. Now, the last CC chain that they have currently for my teammate was the Cyclone, which they already used. They have already used Scatter. So now they either can DR Cyclone my guy, or Sleep DR, or bash him, but the most of the CC is gone, which means that now is our turn for us to make the pressure. I have 3 seconds still left on my deterrence, which means that I'm just buying time here. And now my deterrence is over, and I go for the CC here immediately. My guy comes out of clone, we start pumping right now. We get sack. I follow up with a trap. I couldn't because I got disarmed, but at the same time he popped the crows off on me, which is good thing. Now he needs to follow up with the CC. I scatter, so most probably he's gonna do blind now, I guess. Yep, he's gonna blind now. He already gets first deterrence in. Sack is about to fall off right now. Iron Barb is also gonna follow up. The fact that there's no HOTS on this hunter because of the long CC chain, it's really good because it's gonna take time for the druid to get HOTS back again on the target. So we have Hodge Steel, which most probably he's gonna have to trinket, and Hunter just dies. Hunter was just dead here. And I still had silence in case this guy trinketed. So this is the Hunter matchup, guys. Let's see. Okay, Mistweaver, Warrior. Let's look at the notes one more time. Versus Mistweaver, Warrior. Hardest matchup for Red Hunt. Start the CC before the Zoon if possible to force double trinket. Play narrow escape, slow trap for Pierce. Force trinket on first go, and all defensives either kill on second go or third go with wings. The game starts how? This guy pushes in. We get Hodge insta. I managed to get the sleep off on time. He trinket was already full HP. We kill the school banner. Now we have to make some late pressure here if possible, but they have everything already popped. Scatter here, we're probably gonna get the blind off now. We get the blind off. Let's see if we can force something more here from them. I don't think so. I cannot silence even. We get Cocoon, we get Rally. Now at this point we should already be kiting next to the pillar. There's no other option. I haven't used scrolls here because conditions were not so great for me. Now I'm just doing empty damage. We forced Trinket with this Hodge on the Monk. This is pretty big actually, because he had Nimble. He could have nimbled this Hodge, and instead he trinketed it. So that means that the next time when I have CC, he's not going to be able to trinket that. And that's why we're going to win. Basically now we're just kiting, buying time. He fears me, I trinket, and we over that bop. This is a mistake. We should wait for the... I should wait for the bop on the fear. But since we're not in voice, I'm not sure if he's going to get it on time, and I just want to get my momentum off. I'm making a call here. You have Hodge soon, and we're going to Hodge the Warrior with CC the Monk from me, and we're going to kill him there. And what's going to happen now is... I'm calling it, after this bolt, just Hodge him insta, and I sleep and we kill. I sleep now into full pump right here. Hodge, big burst here. I retrap it. I still have Scatter available. This Warrior has to die. He doesn't have a single defensive more. Scatter, aim shot, Chimera, kill shot, he's dead. Now, ideally, we can play it better, but also it's really hard to get the proper setups, momentums against this matchup. Also, this map, it's pretty bad for us. It's pretty bad for us, this map. It's the worst map because it's so small, so we don't have too many places to kite. And like I said, the Monk trinketed the Hodge, he could have nimbled and he would have trinket for this goal, and they probably would have won the game. But because of this trinket, they actually put themselves in a bad spot. So you Hodge Warrior always? Yes, Hodge Warrior. We need the Hodge on Warrior, because if you Hodge the Mistweaver, there's two options. One, he nimbles out of it. Two, he cocoons through your Hodge because it's a stun, so he can cocoon through Hodge. And three, you Hodge him, he doesn't press nimble, you go for the trap on the Hodge, and then he nimbles late, so you lose your frost trap. So Hodging the Monk can only backfire on you. That's it. Let me add this in the list actually. This is the script so far, guys. If you guys want to take a picture of it or something, here's the script. We have review of BM hunters, we have review of marksmanship hunters, we have review of talents, glyphs, specs, everything. Respect for trying to make Red Hunter work when survival killer is so OP. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Okay, so we have talents, we have glyphs covered. We have covered all the specs, the negatives and the benefits. Boomkin lock. Okay, trying to cover all the combos that we play, guys, basically. Nice. Okay, so always Q lock. CC Boomy with Wyvern instant. Force trinket. Follow up with Hodge, scatter, blind, silence. Not specifically in this order. Save freedom for Pally on root beam. Kill lock quick. Okay, you should stomp them. You should stomp them. You literally should dominate them super hard. So I start with Wyvern on the Druid. We connect on the lock and we start blasting really hard. The Druid will most probably trinket my Wyvern, and then we want to follow up with the CC on him after that. I give freedom insta to my guy here. I'm gonna start with Wyvern in a sec now. I'm just setting up my Globos off. He even Hodges here the guy, the lock, which I personally wouldn't do. So he dispels. He's playing with Dispel Pet, so he actually dispelled the, what do you call it? He dispelled the trap on the Druid, or our Druid broke it. But anyways, we're dominating this team, so we should win. Scatter, just to buy some more time, and we're just training the lock. I think he dies like in a second. There's nothing he can do. Like, just do damage, basically. If he doesn't die now, he's dead like in 2 seconds. Horde full finally into my trap. It's just that all you can do. It's like extremely easy matchup. If played properly, there's no way we should lose that. We should eat them. Alright, chat. I think that's enough. I hope you guys enjoy this.